I've been watching some iRacing recently ever since, sports are gone. I watched the World of Outlaws race. That was a pretty good, I think it was their preseason race on Monday. That was a pretty good race there. And then I watched the Coca-Cola Series race at NASCAR Coca-Cola Series race. It was at Homestead, obviously, and that was a pretty good race. I think Ryan Luza was the winner. Isn't there two? So I'm sorry if I said the wrong Luza, but I just know there's two Luzas. But I watched that race, and now it's come out that NASCAR iRacing is going to have an event, a multi-week event, like the multiple races, as if it was like a series or something like that. And it's going to be broadcasted by Fox. Like, what? Like, this literally blew me out of the water. So we're going to talk about that today, and let's get into it.
Lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the...
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the video, and today we're going to be talking about iRacing. And I did mention it briefly in my other video, but I did not expect for it to get this big. I did not expect iRacing to really, I didn't think they would have these, connections that they have. And really, it's going to be I'm very excited for this upcoming race on Sunday. So if you guys are too, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and comment down below your guys' thoughts. We're going to go ahead and, like I said today, talk about iRacing, and I want to give a little insight, and we're going to talk a little bit about Fox, because a lot of people have been saying Fox is not, loyal to NASCAR. Like, they're basically just riding out their contract and going to leave at the end. What their actions showed yesterday really changed my ideals on, really Fox's intentions with NASCAR. So I'll talk about that a little bit as well, but let's just get right into it. So it was announced last night or Tuesday night that NASCAR and iRacing will be hosting a multi-race event called the eNASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational Series, obviously in place of the Chenery. If you don't get that, I'm using it as a replacement for the whole thing that's causing these events and postponements and stuff, just because I've heard that YouTube is kind of deranking videos that mention it. So I'm just kind of staying away from that word. We'll call it the C word, I guess. I don't know. But this is in replacement of the postponed races up till May 3rd. This is supposed to have competitors from the NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR Xfinity Series, NASCAR Truck Series, NASCAR ARCA Series, and I would hope that Josh Williams gets to go back in there, because he literally won the last race. So he should, even though he's a spotter, he should still be able to compete, because obviously he's pretty good. TJ Majors was another spotter that did pretty good. Hopefully Parker Kligerman's in there, because that would be kind of cool to see Parker. Technically, he's ran plenty of Cup Series races. I think he's still running Truck Series races, if I'm not mistaken. So I'd say we get Parker in there. I like seeing some guys that aren't just not all just Cup drivers in one. See some different guys, see some Xfinity guys in there. But here's that. They haven't given out a full list of the drivers. That's why I'm speculating at the moment. But here is some drivers that have agreed to come out and race, at least for the first weekend. And this is just the names they've been advertising so far. Dale Jr., he was in last week's race. Didn't have, he was fast. He just kind of got caught up in some wrecks, but ended up 8th, so it was a pretty good day for him. But Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Clint Boyer, Kyle Larson, and Christopher Bell are the other ones they mentioned. I don't know why William Byron wouldn't want to do it, but maybe he's not on there. I feel like they would advertise him, but I wouldn't be surprised if William Byron is not going to be there. I would be definitely surprised. But it's going to be interesting to watch, because even though these are all those are probably the ones mentioned, one of the more talented drivers, Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, they're probably two of the most talent-wise talented drivers in the Cup Series. So it's going to be interesting to see how it translates to iRacing, because even though iRacing is such a great simulation of NASCAR and is really probably about as close as you can get without actually getting into a car of simulation, there are probably some qualities, some things that you have to actually play the game for quite a while. It's a simulation, not a game, so sorry about that. But to actually play iRacing, you have to race in it, a couple times. Or probably more than a couple. You would have to have some experience in the game. Even you can't just go from being a cup driver, go to iRacing and probably be successful. You probably have to get used to it and do it a couple of times. So people like William Byron, who have been playing the game since he was 15 or something. People like him probably have a little bit more of it, or not probably, they definitely have more of an advantage. And I think a really good example is people like Alex Bowman, Noah Gragson, two drivers that maybe not Noah Gragson, but Alex Bowman. Hopefully you don't deny his talent. If you haven't, go watch my Bowman rant. He went in there and he did not do very well, but I think at the same time he probably could have just been joking around and not really caring about how the race went. So yeah, there's that. But anyways, so it's going to be interesting to see how these Cup guys transfer over to the iRacing world, and we're definitely going to see some new players. I'd like to see Parker Kligerman out there. That'd be kind of cool, racing against Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson. But it's going to be interesting to see, because I can guarantee you that we'll see some new players that we're not used to seeing. Like William Byron. I think William Byron definitely will be a player in this, and it'll be interesting to see what other names we hear as the week goes on. But another thing I want to talk about is Fox, because Fox is planning on broadcasting this. From what I hear, they're in talks to broadcast it. Nothing has been made official, but they are definitely in talks with iRacing, which I don't understand why iRacing would decline it. So let's just get into this, because I kind of want to talk about this. Kind of has some future implications on NASCAR. I feel like the perception of Fox the past couple of years has been that Fox is really just in it for because they signed a contract way back when, and they're just going to finish out the contract and move on with their lives. This has really kind of changed my perception, and hopefully it changes yours. That Fox, yeah, they might not have the best broadcast, but they still are invested in this sport. Remember, just a couple years ago, they invested millions of dollars into that facility for NASCAR Race Open. It's a very nice facility, and even then, some people still were doubting their support, and myself included. But this has really changed my perception, because they could easily put in a college basketball game from God knows when, a classic college basketball game or a classic MLB game, put it in that slot. It'd probably get the same amount of views or more. But this shows they still have an interest in racing, because, like I said, it's probably not going to get as much views as what they would have put in there. And it shows that they are invested in, pushing racing into the future, showcasing some different types of racing, and I really like seeing that. They could still opt out at the end, and that's obviously a possibility. I'm sorry, the lighting has really gone dark, so I kind of looked out to see if it's like black outside or something. But anyways, yeah, it's interesting, and I don't know if this is, I mean, obviously it's not a for sure thing, but I really do like seeing this from Fox. I like seeing the initiative, and who knows, this maybe Fox starts investing more into iRacing, and we see a shared season, but we see a couple iRacing races on Fox Sports 1 or Fox Sports 2. That would be interesting. We're seeing these companies go more and more into esports, especially now that there's no actual sports. So we'll definitely have to wait and see. But I like seeing the initiative from Fox. As for my prediction, I think they're staying, much to people's denies. But who knows? We'll obviously, it's always something that we'll just have to wait and see. It's years down the line. We'll see indications of it, but a new deal is years down the line. So, like I said, I do like seeing this initiative from Fox, though. It's pretty cool. So that's really all I got for today. I just wanted to. I thought this was really interesting. I'm still kind of flabbergasted that that's an awesome word. That Fox really went out for this iRacing race. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Fox is going to stay past the deal? Is that 2023 maybe? 2024? It's still a couple years away, so we got a ways till we find out. But let me know what you guys think about Fox, going out for this iRacing race. What do you guys think of the race? Are you guys going to watch the race? A lot of stuff to talk about down in the comment section, but I most importantly want to hear your guys' thoughts on Fox, their initiative showing, and do you think this really has changed the tide? Do you think Fox will actually stay with the sport past this contract? Because like I said, a lot of people seem to think that's not the case. I feel like somebody else is going to step in. So let me know what you guys think. And that's really all I got for today. So make sure to leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below your guys' thoughts. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.